What's going on? What the goings on, y'all? You understand me? I ain't been on here in quite a while. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? I've been going through my whole little medical situation. I don't be wanting to come on here if my mind ain't right. You know what I'm talking about? And my shit ain't tight. You know what I mean? I'm still trying to get it adjusted to, I got hearing aids now. I even wear glasses. It's a hell of a thing, you know what I'm talking about? But hey, my health is wealth, so it's better to be alive than dead. But the reason I wasn't even gonna come on here today, for real. But the reason why I came on here is because it's been a lot of fabrication going on. A lot of people discussing what's going on when it's going on in the zone and not understanding. Some people just doing it for content, for creation, so they can make it better themselves. Because to be truthfully honest, the way it's going, you're gonna eventually get tired of talking, or you're gonna run out of stuff to talk about. Then you're gonna just start creating. And some of you people aren't great creators, and it's gonna eliminate. You know what I'm talking about? The process of elimination is gonna happen inevitable. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? It's gonna happen because you interested now, but are you gonna be interested in 5 or 10 years? And you know how clear people are; they think 20 years ahead. So they personally already know what you got going on when you got it going on. They're just gonna see how far you gonna keep it going on. And the ones that they don't just gonna have a nice little distance, they gonna milk them like a cow until the well run dry. Looking at, you know what I'm talking about? But we did a little 2 minutes of what's going on when it's going on. Let's get into some of these shenanigans, and then we're gonna keep it moving because I want to talk about battle rap and a few of the other things I got going on. So let's get into it. All right, so we got it wasn't this weekend, but last weekend we had an artist I care not to name. She had a fight. She won. Who wouldn't? Who would have knew? She fought somebody we had no idea or nothing about. And then when we looked her up, we realized she can't fight. It sounds good, but that young lady is in the class of her own, and that's why she is who she is. And I don't see nobody not in this lifetime. So she gonna go on. She gonna be like Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm talking about? She gonna win all the belts and all the titles. When he was in, I stopped talking about boxing as soon as he left. I think the day he retired it was the day I retired. For real, for real. And the only way I come back is if he come back. And shit, he 50. He ain't come, it's a wrap. Anyway, she won. Big Lex won. Who else won? Ray J won. It was charismatic as hell. I mean, I don't know what Orlando Brown was doing. He was just swinging to be swinging and ducking to be ducking. Whatever made sense to him, he was doing it. You know what I'm talking about? He had no technical skill at all. Oh, forgive me, yeah. It's crazy. I'm like, this man, he was fighting like a rat backed into a corner. For real, for real. Already with the alreadys. Let me see. Do I got any more on that? Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. They did have some middleweight bouts because I was watching it on the Zone. The Zone had some middleweight bouts that I enjoyed. I just didn't write none of the names down, and it's been a week, so y'all don't really care to listen. Shout out to Sue Surf. I like that freestyle, bro. I see, you know what I mean, your own community ain't sharing it the way they supposed to, giving it no love. I guess you done came and stole the scene, but that's no here nor there. I'm gonna get into that. Shout out to you though, Sue Surf. And who was your co-conspirator? Man, Sue Surf and Crushy K. You know what I'm talking about? I like it. Shit. I'm gonna go share it again once I get it off this. You know what I'm talking about? For real. I would have shared it on Apple Music and fucking what else? What else is on YouTube Music? What else I got? Oh, Spotify. I'm gonna share it on Spotify. But shout out to you though, good brother. And I'm gonna talk about battle rap, but we gotta get to it. Let's see. I'm gonna get into that. Let me get into the Woodward Dream Cruise. Man, that was also last week. Um, I enjoyed it. I seen some beautiful cars. I seen a car that wasn't even a car. It was a mobile home that they turned into a car. Then it had a truck on the back end of it. Yeah, the Detroit Dream Cruise was where it was at. And then y'all did a lap around downtown. Oh, okay, all the Mustangs was in attendance. Yeah, it was quite dreamy. You know what I'm talking about? For real. Especially if you was out there. When you was out there, I was at the dispensary. I met a few good cats there. You know what I'm talking about? Already. Shout out to Golden Nugget. You know what I mean? If you in town and you want to go to a dispensary, that's where it's at. It's located on Telegraph and Grand River. You know what I'm talking about? It's the Golden Nugget. Or the Gold Nuggets, however you want to pronounce it. You know what I'm talking about? Let's see. Where we at with it? We got a lot to unpack. I got like two pages. You know what I'm talking about? So we gonna be here a while. I always say we might do a second video. We don't end up doing one. Where we at with it? We at the Dream Cruise. Okay. Now we gonna talk about some of this some juicy stuff, okay? So Cash Doll and her new song. It's always something, ain't it? You know what I'm talking about? You can't make nothing without somebody saying, "Oh, you took this from somewhere over there." You know what I'm talking about? And before I came on here, I'm like, let me do a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, what it is and where it's gonna be. First of all, let's talk about your name, young lady. Ray-Ban. Now, I know an artist, you know what I'm talking about, that could have debunked what you had going on, Ray-Ban. You know what I'm talking about? And her name is Ruby Bands. You know what I'm talking about? She could have said you stole her name. And she from the D. She could have made a whole situation out of it. The only reason why I know Ruby Band's name is because she my cousin. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Ribby. You know what I'm saying? Her dad is my best friend. Been knowing that man 20 years. You know? So if I wanted to get petty, I could have been on here talking real reckless. Like you stole the whole name and you talking about a song? Shit is ridiculous. Now Ruby can get on here and act a fool and say you stole her shit. Cause I'm pretty sure she was Ruby Bands before you was Ray Bands. And niggas with money. Come on. I heard the song, so you know I heard both of them. You sat there and talked about her taking a job she probably didn't want to take in order to get her family out of financial ruin. You should be bigging and upping a female like that. And if you made it a hot line and she made it a hot song, you know, we gotta reference to Jay-Z when we talking about this. If she took your song and she made it what it is, you should be congratulating that lady and trying to figure out how we can continue to work. Then again, you know, this could be all propaganda. And y'all trying to speak it up so that it come into existence and the song do what it do. Kudos to y'all if that's what it is. But if that ain't what it is, and it's just another Californian and another person from California trying to infiltrate the system because ain't nobody going to Cali to figure out nothing. You know what I'm saying? Every time you come to Cali, it might not be you, but if it's 10 people going to Cali and 7 of them getting beat the fuck up, all type of getting extorted, money getting took, and you join the gang and you don't even want to. Just all type of weird things that shouldn't be that don't go on in other states go on in California. And it shouldn't be like that. You should be able to visit California just like you visit any other state. Clear skies. But no. And then y'all like piggybacking. You know what I'm talking about? Checking in ain't become a thing until another city did it. You feel me? And y'all been doing it since I can remember. I'm old enough to remember a lot of decades. Plus the decades my dad and my uncles and my great uncles, they attended. You feel me? And the information I got from them, shit, y'all been doing it since the 1920s. Back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, that's 3 different decades. Y'all used to take the whole person. Like, hold on, we're going to take you, we're going to turn you into this, and you going to do this and do that. And you might as well not even think about going back home, because back then there wasn't no phone. And the way you flew, you know what I'm talking about? You probably didn't even come to the airport until it was time to go type shit. It was ordinance too, so, you know what I'm saying? Everything ran accordingly back then. You know what I'm saying? You run and fly these days, so ain't no telling how it go. You know what I'm talking about? And I ain't been on the plane since I was probably an adolescent. If I ever been on one. You know you ain't been on the plane long enough not to remember. And I've been around quite a while, so, you know. Anyway, let me get more into getting to the money. Cash Doll been talking about getting money since been getting money. Her name is in the money. So why wouldn't she be talking about money until she can't talk about money no more? You know what I'm talking about? And in this day and age, that's what we talking about. So she's very influential. You should be proud of you and the song. Instead, you want to tear a black woman down. Or just a person in general. You want to tear them down because they done came up. And people got to stop doing that. You know what I'm talking about? And me personally, I'm talking about me. Now, I ain't talking about Cash Doll and Ray-Bans and what they got going on. Me personally, I should be tearing up the world. But I just took it and ran with it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, now you got to come to me and figure it out. And I need compensation. And you don't know the number. I told the number a long time ago. If you look through my comments, I do it all the time. You know what my number is. That's what we going to start off at. You feel me? And then I start writing again. Until then, my number don't get met, I never write again. I ain't going to get upset. I changed the world. The world wouldn't be what it is without me. You feel me? And that's just some clear understanding. If you don't understand that, you going to understand it today. You feel me? Because I got plenty of time. You know what I'm talking about? I took a long hiatus in order to be able to get this out. But yeah, though, shout out to Ray-Ban. And then, you know, another thing, you talking about this song, you don't even look like money. You don't look like what you was talking about. And even in the video, you had all the cars blacked out. You know them was rentals. You couldn't even show the license plate. So you renting cars, and then I looked at both of your they want videos. They were snapshots. You ain't got no cheek. You ain't got no body. First thing you do, if you get money, you get into some kind of money, you gonna start fixing yourself. Whether you did it naturally and worked out and, you know what I'm saying, put yourself together and now you look like a baddie addy, or you wouldn't pay for it. Either way it go, you're going to use your money and influence in order to get it going. You look like you just stepped out the kitchen. I can go on and on, but that's no here nor there. We talked about it enough. Let's talk about the fight a little bit, right? So what they wanted to do in the fight is one of the fights, and that's the Ray J and Orlando Brown fight. They wanted to stream it. So they was on Kick streaming the whole time. AB is intoxicated, or if that's what y'all want to call it. Damn, I can't even do it. Intoxicated. You know what I'm talking about? He definitely looked like he was off something else. And I haven't talked about AB and Dean in a long time. It's been almost a month, and I've just been I'm a observer. I'm the type of nigga that I'm gonna look at the facts, weigh out the possibilities, and see if it's gonna go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I might take 2 days. I might take 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Might take some months, a year. It don't matter to me. It could take 10 years for me to figure it out, but I shall figure it out. And then, you know what I mean, my output is if you want to take it or not. You know what I'm talking about? It's always on you. You feel me? Yeah, it look like they didn't put me at a time limit. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm probably going to have to relax, relate, and release some information. Where was I at? Okay, so with the fight, they were showing a lot of on Kick. This just on the Kick stream. They were showing a lot of AB and his shenanigans and trying to make him look like, you know what I'm saying, he don't really care about what's going on. We trying to keep it going on, but in order to keep it going on, we gotta take a lot of the footage, and it'd be mainly on me. It'd be mainly on Dean, and I guess Ray J gonna try to replace AB. I don't know how well that's gonna go with AB. You feel me? Consider it, if it wasn't for AB, we wouldn't even be talking about this stream, because Dean the Great, all you know him for is getting knocked out. That's all we gonna be talking about. We ain't gonna be paying attention to what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? We start paying attention because AB had it going on. But AB looked like he can't get rid of his substances. You can't put the substances down. You can't get it. Talking about, then y'all did the little 30-40 day 30-40 day, what is it, 45 days of being locked in. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna do nothing but train and exercise, and we gonna get our mind and bodies right. The very next week, I'll say it took about a week. The next week, he was eating crab legs, inviting his people. Your brother did not look like a person that was trying to get you from doing what you was doing. He looked like he was enabling you to keep going, sir. That man looked like you got him straight off the street. Like he came straight from jail. No. Matter of fact, he came straight from rehab. And he ain't had a haircut since you cut it last. And then, this is how you don't even be paying attention to what you be doing when you doing what you're doing. You on Kick. You eating crab legs. This nigga eating out the refrigerator. Was that your brother? I don't think it was your brother. He didn't, and he definitely didn't look like your twin. You know what I'm talking about? I thought he was no longer here no more. But it's just coming from somebody who been watching your whole career. You know what I'm talking about? Especially when you was doing the spat back and forth with Floyd Mayweather. I didn't know who to fuck with. You feel me? I ended up choosing Floyd. I guess it was a good choice, because guess what? We won a lot of championships. I can go forever with AB and Dean, because I just feel like if AB can kick what he got going on, it'll be a fabulous show. But as we can see, he can't kick what he got going on. So guess what? Kick got to kick you. And then Come to find out, you turning on your video camera and then just not dilly dallying. Not just you ain't paying attention to the chat, nothing. You just cut it on and keep. You can't do that. No here, no there though. You know what I'm talking about? AB want to continue to do his thing. They gonna find you something to do. You talking about? You understand me? So this is my advice to AB though. As we can see, you 40, you 50 something, my nigga. You ain't finna stop doing what you doing. You know what I'm talking about? If it was up to me, I'd just go on and do what you doing, sir. You know what I'm saying? You'll still be my guy. We could do guest appearances. You could do guest streams. You just can't stream every day. You know what I'm talking about? We can't have you on the camera, good sir. If you ain't got nothing good going on, we ain't gonna have you going on. Then you ain't smart enough to understand that. And he brought niggas like Sauce Walker and Ray J in to fill in the slots where AB fell off. You might as well just keep them in the slots. And like I said, let AB do some guest appearances every now and again. And we're going to keep it moving. You know how it go. You know what I'm saying? Damn, the light done got a little dim. I might have to cut the light up. Hold on, excuse me, y'all. We gotta don't pay attention to my pajamas. You know what I'm talking about? I'm in the dark. Is that light enough for y'all? Yep, there it is. What we talking about now? We did AB. J-Bo. Shout out J-Bo. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out BMF. You understand me? Already with the already. So I guess J-Bo, they got himself in a little pickle. You know what I'm talking about? He got caught with like 53 bricks or some shit. You know what I'm talking about? Already with the alreadies? This all to y'all. It ain't new to me neither. It's been a week. So J-Bo got caught with 53 bricks. Then what? Since it wasn't a hot topic or hot song, y'all just gonna let it go? He was part of one of the biggest organizations in my lifetime. I don't know about yours because I don't know how old you are. But in my lifetime, you know what I'm talking about? And I don't know how far statute of limitations go. But yeah, shit. I probably was the man. I was very low on the totem pole. Nigga probably don't even know who I am. But niggas know Monroe. We just gonna leave it there. But yeah, J-Bo got caught with 53 bricks. Ooh-wee. It's a lot of grams, sir. Can we even break that down into a timely sentence? You understand me? You might be there for quite a while, good brother. Even with 53 bricks, you probably got at least you got at least $1 million attorney. So it's gonna break it down. You definitely finna do about a 10 ball though. You know what I'm saying? Even what they can't prove. But yeah, that's wild too. That's a crazy situation for a man to be doing that much. You know what I'm talking about? And slipping. If I'm doing 53 bricks, nigga, I'm paying attention to when the light changed. You understand? Who went past me, who didn't go. I might make a right knowing I'm supposed to make a left just to see if a motherfucker following me. I'm paying attention to all surroundings. I might take me 10,000 and stop at every hotel. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna follow me, it's gonna be a struggle. It's gonna cost you. You're gonna get tired. And I'm not gonna be with why is you even with the 53 bricks, my nigga? I'd be telling it. Be watching where it's going, but I'm definitely not gonna be going where it's going. That's some 1990 shit. Niggas don't do that no more. Oh, that shit sound, as I'm saying, it just sound crazy. At your age, at your tender age, you've been out long enough for your kids to grow and tell you how the world works. I'm pretty sure somebody in your family member told you you shouldn't be riding with them bricks, sir. Have somebody else ride with them, and you ride behind them on some cocaine cowboy. See, he about to get pulled over and do 100 miles an hour. Shit, hit the cop car if you got to, nigga. That them 53 bricks won't be going to jail. For real, for real. Shout out to J-Bo though, man. Shout out to Goods the Animal. No, I like getting there. Damn, we might have to open it. Matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? So we can eliminate all that. That's how we do that. I done did that. That's my second time in a row doing that. You know what I'm talking about? Already with the alreadys. I done spilled a little coffee. Forgive me, y'all. I spilled me a little coffee. Gotta take me a towel and get it up. Anyway, let's get back to it. We got J-Mo in the bricks. We got Goods the Animal in his freestyle. I liked it, that Goods. I don't talking about, but hey, I like all your endeavors though. And you one of the battle rappers that took heed to the whole branding situation. And you took Goods the Animal and made it something. It took you a while though, because you thought Cologne was where it was at, and that's where you was gonna make that money until you start doing the little Slick Talk brand. Look how far that got you. Got you a whole brick and mortar and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You not only sell Slick Talk merchandise, you also can sell your colognes. You know what I'm saying? One hand washes the other. You know what I'm talking about? But shout out to Goods the Animal. Shout out New Era Detroit. The summer's over with. Y'all did a wonderful job, sir. You had some celebrities come out. You did some toy drives. You walked the neighborhood. And now that it's finna start getting cold, you know what I'm talking about? We need some of you so-called activists to start activating. You know what I mean? New Era ain't gonna be everywhere. You know what I'm talking about? It's too cold to be everywhere. But they always gonna be somewhere. Because we need an organization like that in order to get our messages across. And that's sad as a black community that we got to use other people who use other people to get other people to not only do things, donate things, be active in the community. It take another person saying, I'm going to be active for you to be active. That's crazy activism, but that's what y'all like. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't nobody. And then, you know what was funny about, shout out to New Era. I don't mean to get belligerent, but damn. I was just watching the screen. I'm like, this was yesterday or maybe the day before. And I'm listening to all these adults say that the generation of today can't read and write. And I'm thinking to myself, well, why are you on the screen? You should be teaching some student, some adolescent, a random person down the street, teach them how to read and write. You know how to. Back in the day, that's what it was in the community, bro. Oh, you can't do this? Don't worry about it. I'm going to go to your mom. Hey, this nigga can't read and write. I'm finna have him coming into my house for the next couple of weeks to get his reading and writing together. But I'm coming to you as an adult and as a parent and let you know this finna go on, because I don't want to see him left behind and all my kids is doing what they do. I can't have him looking at them while they doing their homework and he don't understand his. So I'm gonna help him out, making him a prominent student. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened back in the day. I wouldn't know how to read, write. I wouldn't know how to tie my shoe if it wasn't for some other person saying, I'm gonna help you. But I also was a person that wanted to learn too. It goes both ways. I can't say I'm gonna help you and then you turn around and tell me, fuck you, I don't need your help. That's gonna make me not want to help you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta willing to accept the help. And this for my youth. You understand? You gotta take that. That's how we gonna get back. That's how we gonna get ahead. Somebody saying something about something and having it going on. Like I said, I wasn't gonna come on here today and talk crazy. We're gonna talk a little knowledge. You know what I'm talking about? We ain't gonna act a fool. I mean, we gonna act a fool because I'm me. But we're gonna spread a little something in there. But shout out to New Era Detroit and the Great Strides. You know what I'm talking about? You just keep moving. I like the bus too. You know what I'm talking about? You know what you should do with that backside? Like the part where you got the two doors at, open them doors up and put you a food truck right there. You know what I'm talking about? And you could do it to where, you know what I'm saying, you probably can go rent you a little truck and put some food on, have the food truck people come, you know what I'm saying, park in front of New Era and sell their merchandise. You know, of course, you're going to give out a little bit for free, but a discount or something, about 40% off. You know what I'm talking about? Make sure the whole community come out. And do. I noticed this year you did a lot of shit on the west side. Probably because the east side don't be really, you know what I'm talking about? I don't know. But let me get off of that because I'll be there forever. And we at 30. So, shout out to A Different World in a trailer. We got about 3 good weeks. I'm sitting here back here twiddling my fingers and thumbs. Like, man, I hope this is good, bro. I hope it's worth the watch. You know what I'm talking about? I hate for it to be a debunker, Archie Bunker. You know what I'm talking about? It's good and informative, but hey, it keep you on your edge. You know what I'm talking about? It's good to be on the edge of your seat, though, I guess. But shout out to Different World. Shout out to Blueface. You know what I mean? And Krishan and they whole little debacle situation. So I guess Krishan Rock gonna step back a little bit from doing videos. You know what I'm saying? Blueface and Nivea go continue with their family shenanigans. You know what I'm talking about? You getting mad at her. This is typical shit that go on in the household. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all arguing about the baby, putting the baby down. Well, this is her second time at motherhood. She should be a little better than the first time. She should know carrying the baby till he 3 years old. You know what I'm saying? Make him a little dependent on the mom. You know what I'm talking about? And now you got Blueface being a dad. And you're a great one. I ain't gonna lie. Because a lot of the stuff you do, I do. I pick my baby up if he crying. Feed, change. You know what I'm talking about? Talk to him about nothing just because I feel like talking to him. You know what I'm talking about? Just as long as he aware. You know what I mean? I can see him moving and grooving. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't nothing wrong with the wrongs. But yeah, Blueface, you doing your thing, good brother. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know about what you and Dean got going on in the rapper. Dean the Great. I don't know what y'all got going on, and if y'all ever gonna get that together, I mean, he gonna milk it for what it's worth. You should see that now. And I hope it evolve well with you and the crew. You know what I'm saying? I want to give a shout out while I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Rest in heavenly peace. Marcellus Wright. You know what I'm talking about? Marcellus Wright. Let me see. What movie can I say? I can't even think of the name of the movies that he done. But he did quite a few. And the only reason why I'm talking about Marcellus Wright is because Ellen DeGeneres got put in the papers. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if she's alive or not. That's why I didn't give out no shout out. But I see ain't nobody else do it neither. Damn, Ellen, what kind of person were you? Ain't nobody show you no love? Speaking of love, I guess Pierre Thomas is in hospital too. I guess he had a heart attack and he's in a coma. Pierre Thomas is the co-founder of Quality Control record company, and I care not to say what they was in the news for, but yeah, they was in the news. Speaking of not caring, Penn State alumni get caught in the kitchen. That's the message, the way I can say it. I guess like 14 of them got caught in the science lab doing their thing. You know what I'm talking about? They was, you know, them 53 bricks J-Bo had? You know them 53 bricks J-Bo had? I guess them niggas at Penn State was waiting on him. You know what I'm talking about? I guess 14 people that was part of a alumni group in Penn State got caught cooking cookies in the cookie jar. I guess they got their hands. I don't know what happened, but hey, they was all 14 clear people. And they put them clear people on there like they ain't never done nothing a day in their life. Them niggas had on suits. They was looking like they had pimples and shit. I'm like, these niggas looking like they ain't never did nothing a day in their life. Meanwhile, most of them probably got 5, 6 felonies. Boy, I'm telling you, they love selling the story. Try to make you forget. All these squares, they ain't gonna do, and they not gonna do no time. They clear. And they part of a fraternity. I'm pretty sure it's a doctor or a lawyer. It's a lawyer somewhere. It's a judge somewhere. And they going to get that judge and they going to get a life sentence. You know what I'm talking about? Me personally, I don't know why black people even go in the courtroom. I ain't finna, you signing your life away. And if you don't know, you should know by now. When you sign that paper, you are subject to whatever they got going on. Brother, nigga, I don't care if I burnt my whole arm off and that bitch ain't nothing but the flesh. I ain't burned shit. I ain't signing shit, and you gonna have to prove it. With none of my consent, though. Ain't none of this got nothing to do with me. Do what you must. And they gonna push a whole propaganda. They can't work without your consent. But that's no here nor there. Snap Dogg, Jigs, and Sauce Walka. Y'all definitely doing something for Dean Stream right now. You know what I'm talking about? And Snap Dogg and Sauce Walka are having a friendly sparring session. That's what's up. Snap Dogg, you held back. But it's kind of hard saying you held back when they ain't never seen you in a real brawl. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to just say 8 Mile. I ain't going to give it to no Pacifics. You know what I'm talking about? Cause I'm just not. But yeah, I seen you fight in person. You from the way, by the way. So you know I definitely seen you. You know what I'm talking about? Like I said, I'm just going to say 8 Mile. You know what I'm talking about. Already. And Sauce Walka. I say you streaming out of control now. You done left that good old state of Texas and came out here to the Midwest. Now you got something going on. But you always had something going on. You just had to get out of old country Brunkin town. Ain't nothing going on in Texas. You know what I'm talking about? They got their own jurisdiction. Can't nothing that got something to do with the states. They ain't finna have nothing. They gonna debunk it every time. Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, all the southern states. Regardless of how you look at it. And then what's funny to me is it ain't your granddaddy that's running the country. It's your great granddaddy. You feel me? So it ain't an old generation running nothing no more. Motherfuckers my age is running it. I mean 40 plus. It's running the nation right now. So if you see some racist ass shit, it's cause that's the way they was thinking. You can't blame it on the next motherfucker, or you can't blame it on it's cause of this and cause of that. No, it's cause of you, sir. You the reason why this shit fucked up. You can't blame nobody else. You running it. And you running it the same way everybody else ran it. That's bullshit. You feel me? If it's still racism going on right now to this day, it's this cause of, if it's racism going on right now today, it's cause they want it to go on. It ain't cause my great granddaddy said it was what it was. Your great granddaddy dead, nigga. You're the reason why it's going on. And if you going about what he said, then or what they said or what she said, then you tripping. Yeah, it's gonna be it. And I'm only at Snapdog. Shout out to MD Motivator. So MD Motivator is a motivational speaker. He like to go out and give money away to unsuspecting people. You feel me? People who are striving to do what's right for the world. And I guess he was sitting outside. I don't know where you was sitting outside of, but someone decided to give you some money because you said you needed some sandals and you needed to get you something to eat or whatever it was. Despite of what was going on, a deacon approached. And you told the deacon what was going on. And he like, damn, bro. I'm finna I'm finna turn my wedding band in because my family needs something to eat. And I'm gonna come right back out here after I'm done. So I guess he pawned the ring, he bought the food, and he came out and gave the man $20. The man, the MD Motivator, ended up taking his disguise off and giving him $1,000. He took the $1,000 and gave a random person $100. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Friday, the music mogul, I'm gonna say it like that, cause he play all the instruments, he do all the things. So I guess Friday came out of nowhere and gave the man $10,000. Shout out to Friday. Shout out to MD Motivator. You know what I'm talking about? And we on to the next. I ain't gonna say last week. I'm gonna say a couple days ago. I guess Blueface decided. I'm gonna say his name right. Blue Da Vinci decided he wanted to get on the podcast. This man ain't been on the podcast in 10 years. I guess he decided he wanted to get on Dogface TV. Shout out to Dogface. Shout out to Blue Da Vinci. You know what I'm talking about? And tell his side of the story again. Like we ain't never heard it before. But I think I heard it in different ears and eyes. I was there in 2008. I was there in 2012. And I might not have been there physically, but the conversation and going back and forth from one place to the other and seeing what was going on when it was going on, I was in the mix, should I say. And I ain't hear like that. You feel me? Blue Da Vinci got on there and was basically like, all you gotta do is do the math. Study the wiretap. You feel me? And somehow, someway, you had to know the wiretap was going on. You feel me? And you got to be able to explain what's going on. I want to know too. Shit. And then when it come to the streaming shit, you could stand there because I watched it. You know, I be watching Big Meech sometimes. You know what I'm talking about? It make for good TV. You know what I'm talking about? But you ain't going to be able to just get filmed and stand there. You know what I'm talking about? And after you and, because I'm going to go back and watch it again. Probably have something to say about it. But you and Southwest T sitting around the table and discussing the situation ain't going to make the situation get better. You feel me? Because you're going to eventually have to talk about that lady. They ain't going to leave you alone until you talk about her. You feel me? And if you not gonna talk about her, then you gotta take the label that they give you. And they gonna give you the rat label. Then you went and teamed up with Wack 100 to do some shit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Back when you was incarcerated, that was one of your biggest enemies. But I guess shit, you teamed up with me too. So to each his own. I'm just, hey, you eventually either you gonna have to talk about it or you gonna have to get the fuck on. Cause don't nobody really wanna know nothing else about you. And then you was gone 20 years. You feel me? So that same little baby is grown in a motherfucker now. That baby got babies. I'm pretty sure you're a granddad. You know what I'm talking about? So eventually you're gonna have to tell people about what's going on and how it went on. You either gonna lie or you gonna tell the truth. And to Mrs. Cohen, the informant, because that's what you was. Yeah, you ain't supposed to shit where you sleep. That's the cardinal rule. I'm pretty sure Big Mitch said that 100 times. You can't eat where you sleep. I mean, you can't shit where you sleep. It just don't make sense. It don't never. You don't never take a good shit. You know what I'm saying? It's always some type of disturbance. And I ain't talking about turbulence. Turbulence and disturbance is something totally different. It's close, but no cigar. I got a few more things, and we're gonna. Well, I got quite a few more things. I'm gonna leave that. Let's see. Shout out to the excuse me. Shout out to the AI grocery store. So I don't even know what kind of carnival you was at. So probably have to give more detail on the video. But I was watching a video and they had an AI grocery store. And it was quite impressive. You go in, your card, you ain't even got to pull your card out. Your card already gets scanned. If you ain't got no money, the doors don't even open it. Hold on. Your card has been declined. You know what I'm talking about? Next person type shit. And then when you go in the grocery store, you ain't even got to pull. You ain't got to do nothing. You just grab the item and go. They go take the money off your card. Yeah, that's just genius. Then you had you had cameras everywhere. So if you do shoot your move, get the shit and go. Oh, they probably got a camera on your license plate because it's gonna be a certain place you can park. You feel me? And the camera's looking. Y'all better pay attention. This is the new way. But shout out to the AI grocery store. But yeah, that's probably the only improvement. You know what I'm saying? Make a designated spot for y'all to park and have the cameras looking at where you park at. You feel me? You definitely ain't gonna need no Metro D. This is that, and put a sign up saying, you know what I'm saying, you know, if you're going in this grocery store, you know exactly what you need. Exactly what you want. That way you ain't coming to the grocery store and guessing. You know, back in the day, grocery store was an experience. You know what I'm talking about? Now, you going for bare necessities. Everybody living for health and wealth now, so. You know what I mean? You know where you're going when you get where you're going to. Shout out to Kobe Bean Bryant. Yesterday was your birthday. Shout out to you, good brother. I don't think it wouldn't be no series without you. It wouldn't be no Mamba mentality. It wouldn't be a lot going on. I think if LeBron James don't come, you definitely number 2. But it's Mike, then it's LeBron. All right. You know what I'm saying? I already discussed why it is, but you definitely number 3. And my number 4, I was thinking about it, right? My number 4 don't even got no championships. That's crazy. My number 4 is Karl Malone. He was the second leading scorer for a decade plus. And if you want to get all the way technical, 2 decades, see, before LeBron broke that record. So, why wouldn't he be the third, fourth best person? But that's no here nor there. Shout out to Kobe Bean Bryant. You know what I'm saying? It would have been your 48th birthday, good brother. Uh, Shout out to Magic Johnson. I guess he went to Lansing to visit his mom, and you know what I'm saying. While he was there, he went and got some vegan food. It was a barbecue joint. You feel me? And they was they was shouted out by Magic Johnson. That's the best way I could say it. You know what I'm talking about? And it was a food truck, so you know what I mean. I guess it was a barbecue joint. You know, I would have had further details, but hey, I was just shouting out Magic Johnson and how most of these so-called athletes and entertainers don't do no promo for individuals, should I say? And low key, the individuals is the way of the world. You ain't fucking with them, you gonna surely slowly dissipate. That's why I'm proud of all the people this year who did drives. Back to school drives, summer school drives. Just drive. Help the community. Because blessings is lessons. You know what I'm talking about? And speaking of giving out, I earlier in the video talked about Peasy, Big Meech, and Icewear Vessel. If I didn't, I'm definitely doing it now. So I guess they did a toy drive right before school's supposed to start. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to DTR. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to all them good brothers. You know what I'm saying? They gave out book bags. They gave out Air Force Ones. New Era Detroit, they gave out uniforms. Now that's definitely something somebody need. Yeah, it was quite a few drives. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to them guys. You know what I'm talking about? And I swear, Vezo, you shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying, getting into no incidents when you supporting the babies. That shouldn't have even been a video that you wanted to put out. You know what I'm talking about? Then you doubled down on it and said, if you ain't coming to the community to give out nothing, then you a sucker? Maybe he ain't had nothing to give. He coming to get something because he ain't got nothing. Regardless what he drive or no. Detroit is the home of keeping your fronts up. Even the Cash Doll and the Ribby situation. Cash Doll had to keep, because her name is Cash, she had to keep her cash flow going. I know it was probably sometimes she didn't even have the cash. She was using nothing but capital. And if you know, you know. Shit. For real. I got one more shout out and then we gonna get up off here. And we kept it under 50 minutes. Shout out to the man who gave out that 50,000. I don't know your name. I ain't even bother to write down the YouTube page you was using. I guess you wanted to be incognito, so I ain't gonna say nothing about nothing. But shout out to you, though, good brother. And that's how it's done sometimes. We ain't gonna talk about it. We ain't gonna look at it or nothing. We just gonna take it out, give it to a motherfucker, and keep it moving. He don't even know it's coming. That's what's up. I liked it that. I damn near wanna. I wish I should have saved the video so I could share that bitch again. Cause that's how life should work, you know. Quit saying and doing and just do. Your good deed will be turned. You know what I'm talking about? I guess that was fast, so we could talk about this a little bit. I don't really want to, but is Sue Surf saying fuck the culture? That was my question, cause that man said he wanted $250K to battle, right? Smacking Beasley more than anything said basically we can't afford it. Our sponsors that we had ain't sponsoring no more. And that's just cause, you know what I'm saying, the powers that were being probably wanted to go commercial. And when you commercialize something, you gotta cut out a lot of the riffraff. And niggas probably didn't want to cut the riffraff. You know, and if you cut the riffraff, you probably cut the majority of the community. Cause ain't nobody thriving to do nothing to be nothing. But yeah, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? When you don't want to go commercial, that's usually what happens. Niggas want to back out because they know what they can do with it, but you don't want it done. You know what I'm saying? And then back when they started the shit, it wasn't a lot of formats. So it wasn't like you was in a competition, but you know, just like anything else, niggas don't be thinking. Niggas like, we can hold on, we could this and that and that and other. We the only thing that's got it going on. And you know what the clear person did? He infiltrated your system. Got close to you, got cool with you, looked up, seen what was going on. I'm jotting it down. Or I'm going to keep a mental memory and put it in my notes later. And once they got enough notes, it's like, shit, we could do this on our own. And that's what happened. You looked up, it went from 1 league to 20 of them. Now, out to 20 of them, it's probably only 4 or 5 that still exist right now. And that was only in a 5-year period. Because they realized what the money was, what the capital was. You know what I'm saying? The this and that and the other. I'm going to lose. So where do I win on all the other back ends? See, when you don't put, it's 12 eggs in the basket. If you don't put all 12 of them in the basket, then you got room to move around. You feel me? I would get into further detail, but I'm not. And with that, it's battle rap on the decline. Yeah, because a lot of fuck niggas just want content. They don't care about the brand and how the company is moving. Because if the company ain't moving, that means the rapper's not moving. And if the rapper's not moving, that means battle rap is at a standstill. So, of course, if it's up here and it ain't moving and it's been up here for 3 months, you don't think it's going to go like this? It definitely ain't going to go like that because ain't nobody doing nothing. So it's eventually going to go decline. Ain't nobody supporting it because you don't want to support the everybody's. That's, you know what I'm talking about? And if your money ain't long enough, you get funny. So now this was my whole thing. And with this, I'm going to let it go, right? You can't leave and then come back. A motherfucker, what is it? The cat came back the very next day. He didn't want to stay away. The cat came back. The cat came back. The cat came back the very... So basically you left. You seen what was out there. It was no good. And then you tried to come back to the crib. Usually he didn't want to stay away. So you know you're going to feed him, clothe him, make sure everything is everything. And then he'll leave again. But you know he coming back. I eliminated all that shit. Nigga, you leave, be gone. Don't come back. Let's see what happens when the well run dry. I've only seen one motherfucker make it happen. And of course I invited him back in. He made it happen for himself out there. He looked better out there than he did in here. So of course, whenever you want to, sir, come right on back. You know why? Because you did what you had to do and then you came home. Because at the end of the day, home is where the heart is. You feel me? But for the majority, and I'm going to say if it's 100, 70% of you niggas left, realized wasn't nothing out there, and then tried to come back to the crib. No, stay your ass out there, nigga. And I'll give you a perfect example of a motherfucker who went out there, it wasn't going on, and tried to come back home. Hitman, no. Hollow the Don. Hollow the Don went out there. He was the greatest rapper ever in the world when it came to this battle rap shit. That nigga went out there. Oh, nigga, I got and this and that, and I write miles a minute, and I'm right there off the top of the dome and all that shit. I am who I am. And went out there and realized he couldn't commercialize that shit and tried to come back to the crib. Oh, no. Nigga, stay your ass out there with them niggas. You feel me? Every now and then we got you come back, but it just don't sound the same. Cause your authenticity it lacks substance. And we didn't know that at first. But once you go out there, we get to talk about you in here. And by the time you come back in here, we didn't did all the talking and we made our own decision on what type of nigga you is. And it just didn't look pretty. But that's my here nor there, and that's my take on that. You know what I'm talking about? It's been quite what it is, you understand me? If I didn't cover you, I will cover you before. I'm going to do a whole week today, so I will cover you before day's end. You know what I'm talking about? Already with the already. And if you see the light, you know it's real. And with all that being said, as the old saying goes, the smoke's gone, I'm gone.